I was just thinking to myself the other day, Andre Berto, man, the past about year and a half, you'd say he had a rough time, rough patch up to his current status. It all starts with a kid moving up from 140 pounds to 147, which was Victor Ortiz, a kid he was supposed to beat. A kid who already had a lot of criticism against him, which was being questioned for his heart and his mentality as a fighter. He was supposed to beat this kid. He underestimated Ortiz. He overlooked Ortiz, and apparently so did the media because they had Berto winning this one easily. Victor Ortiz fights the best fight of his career thus far. Goes in there and somewhat dominates Berto because Berto always had a puncher's chance within the fight, and that's what made the fight entertaining. That's what made it fight of the year. Berto knocking down Ortiz a couple times, but for the most part, somewhat physically, Ortiz did dominate Berto. Although it always seemed Berto was one punch away from knocking Ortiz out, which he didn't do. So Ortiz somewhat dominated him to a certain degree by physically pushing him around and taking him to waters Berto had never been in before. So essentially, Berto was embarrassed by this, and to add injury to insult, a fight that Berto had wanted for quite some time. Two people being hunted by just about everybody, Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather. The pay-per-view king, arguably, I guess it's debatable, but the pay-per-view king, according to numbers at least, Floyd Mayweather, Victor Ortiz goes on to face. So he gets all that attention, all that publicity, all that hype, exposure leading up to the fight, the big stage now. A fight with Floyd Mayweather Jr., a chance to take away his undefeated record like so many have tried. And Ortiz goes in there and he gets, knocked out in 4 rounds, which was a controversial fight. So Berto's like, damn, if I had won that fight, possibly I could have been the one to get a shot at Floyd Mayweather. And Ortiz was the one that got the shot. A 140-pounder that was moving up that he was supposed to run through. Now they make the rematch, and Berto's scheduled to face Ortiz early of this year. I think a couple weeks or a week prior to the fight, Berto tears a tendon in his muscle. Just some bad luck right there. Now the fight has to be pushed to further. They got to push the fight further down the line. Ortiz camps agrees with it. I don't know if they really had a choice because I know they got a contract with Showtime. So they push the fight back. There's testing being involved for there's random drug testing. Make sure both fighters are clean. Berto's the one that actually requested the test because he felt Ortiz, the way he fought so possessed, it was too good to be true. And Berto ends up a couple weeks before the fight again, with fights almost here, and Berto ends up testing positive for steroids. Man, long stretch for Berto now. Ends up testing positive for steroids. Ortiz goes on to face a skinny kid from Riverside, California by the name of Josito Lopez, in which he gets his jaw broke and Lopez makes him submit that way. Lopez takes the victory. And I know Berto's sitting back watching that fight. He had to be, wherever he was at. Sitting back watching that fight, a man that he really wanted redemption against. Now this is the funny part on the flip side. Ortiz came up from 140 to 147, his first fight against Berto, and goes right through Berto. Josito Lopez, different situation. I wouldn't say he dominated Ortiz, but he was landing a left hook at will and getting very, very comfortable within the fight. Although, who's to say what could have happened in the end had Ortiz not, unfortunately, this injury had occurred for him with his jaw. But Josecito Lopez is directly in Ortiz's position. It's a chance to prove himself, to redeem himself from his losses, which are also controversial losses. He's coming up from 140 now to 147, so he's in the same spot Ortiz was in the year before. And he prevails. He prevails. He makes Ortiz submit by breaking his jaw. Now he's going on to have this big fight with Saul Canelo Alvarez. And I know Andre Berto is just sitting back like, damn. It's been a long, tough stretch for him. I mean, you lose to a 140-pound fighter moving up. The rematch, you go through 2 training camps and you never get to fight Ortiz still. There's still questions lingering out there. Could he have beat Ortiz in a rematch? Can he beat Ortiz? You know, a skinny kid from Riverside, California happened to pull it off, and I know Berto's just looking like, damn, you know, you were the man. You were the HBO hype up. They were riding your nuts, you know, and, you know, in a way they were overrating him. But nevertheless, man, I'm just thinking poor Andre Berto. He's had a tough stretch this year and a half. As for the steroids thing, you know, fucking with Victor Conte, he should have knew ahead of time, man. You know, you sow what you reap, man. You know, I'm not too educated on this whole steroid information regarding Andre Berto. I don't know if he knows he was on it. I don't know if Conte gave him some shit he wasn't aware he was taking. I don't know if he was mindful of what he was taking. I don't know how much as it to it is his innocence and how much of it is just Conte. I don't know who really where the blame lies. I haven't looked into that story too much, but all I know is Berto's had a long year and a half stretch, man. Almost 2 years now. You know, I know he came back and he beat Zavik, which was a tough European fighter. And, you know, hopefully I wish the best for him. He can come back and he can fight clean and continue his career. Very flawed fighter, but very entertaining. Very fast hands. No matter how many flaws he has, regardless, Andre Berto is an entertaining fighter. So, you know, I wish him luck, and I hope he comes back and, you know, he continues this journey. And, you know, not a journeyman, but I'm just saying the journey we all take as fighters. You know, every fighter's a journeyman, but they label you a journeyman when you have accumulated a certain amount of losses, and it's no really contender status or chance of being a champion. Again, it's more you're just along for the ride. But it's either way, it's a journey for all fighters, man. And I wish Berto luck, and I hope he comes back to finish the journey of boxing. You know. By the way, man, if anybody knows anything about Andre Berto, leave a comment in the comment sections. Leave comments as always, but anybody heard anything about Berto, or, you know, what's up with the situation? You know, obviously he was caught with steroids, but, you know, what's up with him? Is he suspended? Is he coming back? When's he coming back? You know, any latest information on Andre Berto, man? I'm interested to know. Slyways 100, I'm out.